Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press evening podcast for August 18th, 2025. Firstly, in international news, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has met with U.S. President Donald Trump in Washington, amidst ongoing tensions between Ukraine and Russia. The stakes are high, with Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity hanging in the balance. We'll continue to monitor this critical situation and provide updates as more information becomes available. In another major development, we've seen a significant divide in the Canadian financial landscape. According to a recent report by Equifax Canada, approximately 4.1 million Canadians missed at least one credit payment in the second quarter of this year. Millennials and Gen Z are being hit the hardest, with rising debt and delinquency rates. Homeowners seem to be faring slightly better, but may face challenges in the coming months as mortgage rates rise. Lastly, we've been following the situation in Bolivia, where President Evo Morales has resigned amid protests and allegations of election fraud. The country is now facing a power vacuum, with opposition leaders calling for new elections. We'll keep a close eye on this developing story and provide updates as the situation unfolds. That's all for tonight's edition of the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again soon. And that's the way it is. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
You, Walter, and Nanshul and know what's right now. Firstly, in Southeast Asia, Myanmar is set to hold its first general election since the military coup in 2021, amidst widespread criticism and concerns over legitimacy. Many opposition groups and international observers have labeled it a sham, with the National League for Democracy banned from participating and other groups vowing to boycott the vote entirely. Secondly, Amnesty International has accused Israel of deliberately starving Gaza's Palestinians, citing dire humanitarian conditions and calling for immediate action from the international community. Israel maintains that its actions are aimed at preventing militant groups from operating in Gaza, while critics argue that such measures disproportionately affect civilians. Lastly, Egypt has announced its willingness to join an international force for Gaza if backed by a UN Security Council resolution, with the goal of supporting Palestinians towards realizing their own independent state. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has stated that Israel plans to seize control of the Gaza Strip but does not intend to govern it, instead aiming for Arab forces to take over governance without posing a threat to Israel. These complex and delicate situations require sustained diplomatic effort from all parties involved. We will continue to monitor these stories and provide updates as more information becomes available. Thank you for joining us this evening, and we'll see you soon. Until then, good night. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. Firstly, Chase Bank has announced a new savings account with a competitive interest rate, offering an annual percentage yield of 4.5%. This move is seen as an attempt to attract more depositors and stay ahead in the competitive banking landscape. Secondly, we're seeing a surge in investments in human capital management companies such as Workday. Despite concerns about slowing growth and uncertain macroeconomic conditions, Cantor Fitzgerald remains optimistic about the software enterprise company's potential for expansion and latent margin improvement. Lastly, our research indicates that interest rates on savings accounts, money market accounts, and certificates of deposit have been fluctuating over the past few months. While rates may not be as high as they were during the pandemic peak, some online banks and credit unions are still offering competitive rates, with APYs ranging from 4.25% to 5.20%. As you navigate these developments, remember to consider factors beyond just interest rates, such as minimum balance requirements, fees, and withdrawal limits. Take advantage of online banking and mobile apps to manage your accounts and stay on top of your finances. And, as I always say, where do you stay your money Monday? Will you be exploring new investment opportunities or taking a closer look at savings accounts? The choice is yours, but staying informed is key. That's all for tonight's briefing. Thank you for joining me on the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Until next time, stay informed and good luck with your investments. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. First, we're taking a closer look at Jupiter's moon Ganymede, where scientists have discovered evidence of a subsurface ocean, making it a potential candidate for supporting life. Next, we're joining the crew of the Northrop Grumman CRS-23 mission as they launch a cargo ship to the International Space Station, carrying experiments and research that will help us better understand the effects of microgravity on living organisms. Finally, we're gazing up at the stunning spiral galaxy NGC 1365, located 100 million light-years from Earth. This breathtaking celestial wonder is not only a treat for the eyes, but also a valuable tool for astronomers seeking to understand the mysteries of the universe. These stories remind us of the awe-inspiring complexity and beauty of the cosmos and our place within it. Join us next time on the AI Daily Press as we continue to explore the wonders of the universe. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. I'm your host, Howard. We've got a packed show for you tonight, with updates from the world of college football recruiting and the NFL. First off, we're looking at the Michigan Wolverines' strong performance in college football recruiting, with four-star defensive lineman Alistair Vallejo committing to the University of Michigan. We're also keeping an eye on promising athletes like four-star Colt Mumpris and five-star running back Savion Hyder, who's set to announce his college decision soon. In the NFL, all eyes are on rookie quarterback Jackson Dart, who's been making waves with his impressive preseason performance. With former NFL quarterback Chase Daniels saying he's almost ready to be a starter, and NFL insiders like Mike Tannenbaum praising his skills, Dart is definitely one to watch. We'll be diving deeper into these stories and more throughout the evening, so now for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curl.
Thank you, Howard. Firstly, we explored the world of music with a feature on a band that's breaking down barriers in the industry. We also delved into the literary world, where Han Zhang, an editor at Riverhead Books, is working to introduce American readers to a broader spectrum of Chinese literary fiction, offering a unique window into contemporary Chinese life. In more somber news, we reported on a tragic accident in Brisbane, Australia, where a father and his 4-year-old son lost their lives in a devastating incident. Our thoughts are with the family and loved ones during this unimaginable time of grief. These stories remind us of the importance of understanding different cultures, the need for vigilance on our roads, and the impact that tragedy can have on families and communities. We'll continue to follow these stories and provide updates as more information becomes available. That's all for now. Thank you for joining us tonight on the AI Daily Press podcast. Until next time, good night and stay informed. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. First up, we took a journey into the world of reality TV with the Real Housewives franchise, exploring its impact on popular culture and the lives of its stars. From table-flipping drama to glamorous lifestyles, this phenomenon has captivated audiences worldwide. Next, we paid tribute to the legendary actor Terrence Stamp, who left an indelible mark on the film industry. With a career spanning over 6 decades, Stamp's versatility and range as an actor have been undeniable, from his iconic roles in Superman and The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, to his collaborations with acclaimed directors like Pier Paolo Pasolini and Federico Fellini. Lastly, we looked at the surprising success of the Korean film, My Daughter is a Zombie, which has become the highest-grossing Korean live-action film in North America. This heartwarming story of a father's unwavering dedication to his zombie daughter has resonated with audiences worldwide, thanks to its unique blend of humor, emotion, and social commentary. That's all for tonight's podcast. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the world of entertainment. Until next time, stay informed and keep on watching. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Attenacher.
Thank you, Joan.
Firstly, a breakthrough in understanding the impact of human activities on forest ecosystems has led to a contentious debate about active management of forests as a means to prevent wildfires. While some researchers argue that thinning and prescribed burning can reduce fuel loads and minimize the risk of high-severity fires, others claim that such interventions can disrupt delicate ecosystems and potentially increase the likelihood of fires. In related news, an unexpected early autumn has arrived in the UK, with drought-like conditions causing concern among botanists, conservationists, and wildlife experts. This unusual weather pattern is having far-reaching consequences for plant life and wildlife, from earthworms to bees, and serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of our natural world. Lastly, scientists have made significant progress in understanding the spread of wildfires and the role of human activities in shaping forest ecosystems. However, the question remains, how can we effectively mitigate the risk of devastating blazes? As researchers continue to explore this complex issue, one thing is clear: a balanced, informed approach that takes into account the latest research and diverse perspectives is crucial for addressing climate change and wildfire risk. These stories underscore the intricate relationships within our natural world and the need for thoughtful, data-driven discussions about the best ways to protect and preserve our planet. We'll continue to monitor these developing stories and provide updates as more information becomes available. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Until next time, good night. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David Attenacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.